I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's listen to the first voicemail. This is from a girl who she tried stripping for one night, and she says that it was one of the scariest nights of her life. Let's listen in.
Hi, Mr. Goblin. I would say that one of the scariest times in my life would have to be the first night I tried stripping. I didn't go back after the first night, but I was looking for something else from like my day job and working in a mailroom. And I would definitely say that that was one of the scariest nights and moments of my life. So if you want to know a little bit more about it, call me back. Thank you.
Immediately when I listened to this voicemail, the first thing I thought to myself is like, yo, I wonder how many girls have tried this and just never talked about it. This is probably not that uncommon of a thing. Girls who have they're like, get strippers make hella money. I'm going in. They tried it, did it for one night. Bubba Biggs in his goddamn semi truck, his 16-wheeler, pulls up in the parking lot, comes in and gropes her with his sweaty hands, and she goes home and never talks of it again. She never comes back either. This is probably not that uncommon. Let's bang her line, dude. Let's call her up. We've been on a good streak of people answering lately, by the way. I must say. Everyone's been picking up. Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have a banger on the line, I think.
Oh my gosh, hi.
Yo, you're on the Gobcast. You might be recorded?
No, I don't mind at all. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm so excited you called.
I just got done listening to your voicemail, and I'm not going to lie, I'm extremely intrigued.
Okay, what do you want to know?
Well, I heard you tried stripping for a night, and you did not have a good time.
I did. No, it was the worst. I mean, I don't know how those girls do it, but like I gotta give them all their props because it is not for the weak.
So fill me in on this whole process. Like, what popped into your head when you decided you were going to go work at the strip club?
Okay, so I was working at like this really dead end job. I was working in a mailroom, and it was really bad because like we got paid by like pieces of mail. So I was always fighting with like my other coworker, and one day I was like, you know what, this, I'll just try stripping and see if like I can do it. So I had to call beforehand while I was at work on my lunch break to see if they were like taking auditions. And so the guy was like, yeah, come in from 7 to 9. So I like went home, packed my little stripper bag, like dressed up, and did my hair and everything, and I had to go, and the guy's like, all right, like, do you have your social security and like bottoms and spin around? And so he was like, all right, you can start tonight, and I did.
So when you you say you pack your little stripper bag and stuff. Had you ever did you know how to dance, or did you go into this just like, yo, I want to be a stripper. I don't know what I'm doing though. Like, what was your experience going into this?
Okay, so both. So I've always wanted to dance, and I still do.
Okay.
So I'm like rhythmically challenged. So I already knew like I was already like not gonna do great on my first night. Like, but I was like, all right, it's fine. So I like already had pleasers and like bottoms and outfits because it had been something I had been wanting to do for a while. So I was like, you know what? It's like I'm not going anywhere in this job, so maybe I can make it as a stripper. And so I went, yeah, and that's all you really need is like, well, here in Texas, we have like an ordinance, so we can't we don't have any nude strip clubs. So you have to have like your butt crack can't be showing. Yeah. So your butt crack can't be showing, because if they catch you like twice, like you could be considered, they'll arrest you as like a sex offender. So you have to have like specific bottoms to get started. Otherwise, you can't even work.
Why would anyone go to the strip club there then? That kind of defies the whole
point,
no?
Well, right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you would think, but no, people still go, trust me. And they still went because somebody like me, you know, I'm not like voluptuous, but you know, like I have heart. So I felt like that, you know, counted for something. So I went anyways. And I got dances from 2 guys the whole night. Well, I only stayed for like 3 or 4 hours, but I made a little over $400.
That's
just
a lot
in that
of money.
little time, and that is a lot. And I was only that's more than I made in like 5 days at work. So I still think about going back all the time, but I'm just like in my heart, I'm like, it's not. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, and I think I'd fall victim to the money for sure because it's fast money to say the least, and you see all kinds of stuff.
So going back to like when you were doing this interview or application, whatever it was, are you just effectively giving some dude a lap dance and he's just like, yeah, that's good, or
No,
like what?
thankfully, I did not have to do that. He just kind of was like, looked me up and down, told me to spin around,
Oh,
asked me if I had ever danced before, and he was like, all right, you're hired. That's it. But
it's
I
that
know that,
easy?
like, well, see, I know other girls who have gone and tried the same thing, and they just tell them we're not hiring. So I don't know. I feel like
Mm.
it's a case by case basis, honestly, or maybe just depending on like how the manager feels that night.
Okay, so the manager was fucking with you, obviously. He liked how you looked. He was
Yeah,
like,
for
all right, you got
sure,
the job. Like, you're good to go.
for sure. Yeah,
So then once you get hired, you're told you're working that night. That's got to be
yeah,
kind of daunting going in there and being like, yo,
yeah.
I got to give lap dances and
It
shit.
was. I was shaking the whole time on stage, and mind you, like I can't dance. So like as soon as I
Uh-huh.
come off stage and go backstage, like the stripper looks at me and she just goes, "You dance like Kermit the Frog," and I just like, what do you say after that? And I knew she was right, but like,
That's got to hurt.
uh,
Yeah, that's
you
not.
still got to go out there. You still got to go out there and be like, "I'm a bad bee," tell yourself you're a bad bee and shake it off.
So, how long were you like in there just kind of dancing until you got the first person who came up and was like, "Yo, I want like a
Oh,
private dance."
yeah, I was so lucky because I only had to do my stage set for one. I only had to do one full stage set, so that was three different stages. And then the first time I ever went up was the last time because then I was booked with like these two different guys the whole night, and so I got lucky and I didn't. Well, so you have to go out on stage, so I had to pay $20 each time to sit with this man who kept giving me 20s so I could sit with him so I didn't have to go back up, thankfully, because I it wasn't good. It just
Wait, wait,
wasn't
wait, wait. What do you
good.
mean you had to pay $20? What do you mean?
Yes, you have to tip the DJ money to skip your stage set. Otherwise, like you have to go up on stage. So
What
if you don't
is
have
this
like the
racket?
$20, yes, it's like the worst.
This is
On top of that,
insane.
too, it was like $5 dances all night. So a girl really had to hustle.
$5 dances?
$5 dances, yeah.
Where are you again?
I'm in Texas.
I might have to go to this club. $5 is an
I
amazing
wouldn't,
deal,
yeah, just don't go
actually.
to that one. You could go to a much better one.
Or well, the better ones offering $5 dances. I mean, that's insane.
Probably not.
Yeah,
But, I
that's
mean, mine
double
was.
edged
This one
sword.
was.
Double edged sword. So you're going through your first night. You're having to pay these DJs just to not have to go up on stage. What was going through your head as the night's going on? But did you realize pretty quick, yo, I'm never coming back? Or like, how did you feel?
So I had to take a shot. As soon as I changed and as soon as I went back and put my stuff in a locker and changed, and like,
Hmm.
of course, like the strip club manager's back there and he like saw me naked, of course, like he stayed back there. I feel like it was on purpose, but whatever. I
For
was like,
sure, yeah.
everyone's going to see it anyways. So I put my stuff down and I go to the bar and I order a shot and I like throw it back and then I order a drink. And the strip club manager comes up to me and he's like, "Are you ready to go on yet?" And I was like, "Oh, it's okay if I go after my drink." And he's like, "Yeah, that's totally fine." So then they call me. So I walk up to the stage and I can already feel like the shot hitting. So I was like not a big drinker at the time,
Uh
and the
huh.
whole time I'm like just don't fall, because yeah, like tweezers, especially new ones, are like they're not grippy at the bottom, so it's really easy to slip. So I was just really
Oh.
focused on like not falling, and then I was just too nervous to look out at like the patrons. So I just kind of like did like a little shuffle and shimmy like here and there until until my stage set was over.
Damn. I mean that
It was just very
it sounds
nerve-wracking.
like
Yeah,
a
it's definitely
horrible
not for
job.
the weak. It's not for the weak for sure. And mind you, it is hard getting like rejected too. Going up to a dude and
Hmm.
just being like, "Hey, like, how's your night going?" And he's just like, "No, I'm good." Like, "Cool, all right." Like,
Yeah, that's
keep
gotta
it
hurt.
off, keep
That's
going.
gotta hurt. That's
Yeah,
gotta be a real
it was
shot to the ego.
yeah. It's definitely nerve-wracking, but like now I'm in like a regular corporate job, like a
Nice.
9 to 5, and I still think about going back like almost every day just because
Really?
of how I think it was just so like adventurous, and just the feeling of like having money thrown at you on stage. I tell my boyfriend all the time, like, there's just nothing that I can compare that to, or like that I've ever felt like that before. It's just a crazy feeling.
So you like that kind of like, what's the word for it? That
I
voyeurism
did.
of it. You like that.
I did. I do. Yeah. So it's definitely something that I don't know. I'm like, maybe I got to take some full classes first and then give it another shot.
Would
But
your
as for
boyfriend
right
support
now,
you going
definitely
back to
not.
that?
I don't think he'd like it, just like when I tried out. But he was like, if it's something you're down for, you want to try, like, I'll, whatever you want to do. So I was like, well, that's always cool.
Damn. Well, I mean, that's a strong willed man. I don't know if I could handle that mentally. I'd be like, yo, what?
I'm just like, look at all this money, though.
True. Yeah. $400
It was
that quick on your
crazy.
first
It
night,
was
too.
crazy, just for like a few hours, like 3 hours maximum. Yeah.
That's like doctor money.
That's crazy, yeah. So I'm just like, I don't know, maybe it's just, I know some nights aren't like that, Some days you
Hmm.
come home and it's like $0 or you like owe your house fee.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know if I could like know that I like took my clothes off and like came home with like $40 for that day.
So that's another, what you just said is another, that brings me to another thing I want to ask about. What are the economics of being a stripper? Like, how much are you paying the club out of what you make? Or like, how does that even work?
Okay, so when he hired me, he told me. So luckily, I was like broke. I was like, I don't have. I was like, I only have $20, and I had to borrow it from my boyfriend, and it's for the shot that I know I'm gonna need.
Hmm.
So he was like, because it's your first night, he was like, I'm not gonna charge you a house fee, but you are encouraged to tip like after you leave. Um, but he told me that house fee, if you go in, if you're a day stripper, it's $65. But if you're a night stripper, which is like where the money's at, then your house fee is $120. So you all right off the bat, like you have to have that money to work. And if you don't, then you're
That's a
trying to
lot
hustle
of
for it.
money.
Yes. So if you don't, you're trying to hustle for it. And it's like, what if you only make like $80 in dances and then you still owe like $40, to your house fee and you can't pay it. But he did say that if you become like a regular, they'll give you a discount. So I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what girls are doing to, rack up these $5 little dances, because just throwing it back was like a lot. Like,
So you're paying the club just to dance there, and all
yes,
of your income is just solely based on tips from whoever
yes.
ends up giving you money. Do they take a cut of that money as well, or no?
See, I think that that's what like your tip out is. Like if you like made, let's say, like $500 that day, well then you'd probably pay like your 120, and then I wouldn't tip extra. Why would you if you're already paying your house fee? But
Yeah.
I know that like it's encouraged.
Yeah, of course it's encouraged. They would love if you gave them even more money.
Right. They're like, yeah, if you want security, pay us.
How long ago was this?
This was okay, so I just started my job like a year ago. So it's probably almost 2.5 years ago.
And you're still thinking about it this much?
I am, yeah. I think about it all the time. I have a pole that I don't use, and I still have my pleasers and like in my outfit. So if I'm ever like, oh, tonight I'm just feeling like I could do anything, I'm always like, oh, it's just, it's like having like a bag ready.
I don't think I've ever spoken to a girl who I would say was really meant to be a stripper, but you might be the first. You're really meant
I
for
mean,
this, it
I don't
sounds like.
know. I don't know. See, now I have the encouragement to take the pole class and give it another shot, because I could just be like here doing nothing at my 9 to 5 with health benefits,
Well, I
and I
mean,
could
there's
just be racking
probably
it up as a
there's
stripper.
probably a lot of girls in there that are just doing it because they're desperate for the money, but like you like it. Like you enjoy
Oh
the
yeah, no, I would definitely be there because I wanted to be, not because I had to be. That's the difference too. I feel like it's a
that's what a
different
dream
vibe,
job
like a
is.
different energy. So I'd
Wow.
have to moonlight. I'd have to moonlight and get a wig, but I think about it all the time. So I feel like this call was a sign. So
So what is like I've when I've been to a strip club, all the girls that are dancing there are like young. I mean, younger than I am right now. What is like the shelf life of a stripper? Like, what is your career arc? When are you going to retire?
I mean, I feel like the age that I'm at now would probably be considered like retirement age.
How old are
I feel
you,
like
if you
it
don't
doesn't.
mind?
I'm 31. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
31. But I know that like a lot of people start out when they're super young, but
Hmm.
I do know like there's older dancers in the industry. I don't know. I feel like also because I wouldn't have started out young, like I wouldn't have like the my bullshit tolerance wouldn't be too high. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Since it's not anything that I like had a lot of experience with. Like I wouldn't get tired
Yes.
of like all the no's so fast and things like that. But I don't know, I think I am fortunate to have the job that I have now. I definitely like wouldn't jeopardize it. So that's the only thing that's like keeping me from I think like pursuing it even more. But some days I'm like, I mean, no one would know, just get a wig. No one would
Yup,
know.
yup. That's right. They can't record in there. No phones are allowed to get pulled out in the club.
Exactly.
So
So I
is
don't
that the main
know.
reason you don't do like internet stuff because you don't want people to recognize you?
So I have before. I also have done like boudoir photos and stuff, but like that was years back. So now I just keep it like low key. Like I don't even have Instagram right now or anything. I don't use social media just so like from to help from being like tagged and stuff and or creepers and things like that. But
Mm.
so I feel like it's been to my advantage because I haven't had it for a few years. But well, just like with Finsta, but just that's just for like memes and like podcast pages.
Yep. I mean, all these girls nowadays are getting super rich off making OF accounts. I mean, it sounds like it could
Oof.
be a good avenue for you.
An OS? No. I think the market is way too oversaturated. I think that's
Mm.
something I'd definitely be too old for. But
You
stripping, I'm
think?
like, the lights are dark, so I'm like, you wouldn't really be able to tell if I was like 31 or
I feel like
27.
there's no cap on that kind of stuff, like OF, but
See,
like
that's what I'm
pole dancing, I
saying.
think there is a cap, you know?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I could see that.
Maybe
There's
I'm wrong. I'm
somebody that I
not
really
educated on this industry.
No, there's actually I don't know if you've ever heard of like Nina Unrated, but I like to watch her. She's like 50 and something on stripper. But she's got a lot of work
Oh.
done, so maybe that's the key.
Well, yeah, I guess yeah, a lot of those girls get work done for sure, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, whatever it takes. I mean, to pursue your dream, get it done, you know?
It's an
Whatever it
investment
takes.
for sure.
Well, I wish you the best of luck on your stripping journey and if you decide to go back, I hope it goes well for you. I hope you find a better club to work at than that.
Thank you so much.
$5 dance that's not a very good payout for you.
No, not at all.
Well,
Oh,
that's
I
a
appreciate you calling.
thanks for picking up. I appreciate it. You have a good rest of your day.
You as well. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Wow, that was a really fascinating phone call, and also not at all what I expected it to be. That is what I call a whore, but like in the greatest way possible, not in a disrespectful way. Like that woman would agree with me. She loves it, dude. You heard it right there. That woman adores it. She didn't want to strip. Like the money was the side part. She said she liked the attention. I'm not going to lie. If I was her boyfriend, I'd probably shoot myself. But not everyone is like me, you know? I mean, a lot of people can handle that, especially in 2025. More power to you if you can. I just don't have that gene in me. I don't know, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Think about it right now, dude. If my girl came home one day and she was like, I just did my first day at the club and I love the attention, dude, my brains would be on the ceiling. Okay. But I mean, fucking more power to him, dude. It's 2025.